Are you from outer space?
I've come to collect you, Earthling.
Thunderbirds are go.
Wow, this car is so hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was thinking.
So by now you guys already know I'm a big movie fan and I'm also a gamer. So I find it very important that I have a good TV to enjoy those amazing visuals, and I also want to be blown away by a good sound system. And this was my current TV, a Samsung 8000 series, one of the first TVs with 4K and HDR. So with a modern game it didn't really work, and it gave me a lot of black screens until it happened every 15 minutes, so it was time to buy a new TV. And a while back I actually got a very good deal on this LG OLED G2 from 2022 with an upgraded Evo screen. So this one is brighter, but you only got that if you got the 55-inch version, and the downside is there's no stand, so we have to hang it up. But I don't want to drill in my wall, so we're going to make something. I'm also going to make a desk myself because my old white desk has seen better days and I don't like the look of it anymore. Okay, so we start with 2 wooden pieces, and first we are going to make a perfect 90-degree corner. I'm not going to give you any dimensions because it's going to be different for each and every one of you. So first I'm going to measure it so I know where the middle is, and then I'm going to put some markings so I know where to drill. All these pieces were cut in the store where I bought it, so I don't make a mess at home, and that way it's perfectly straight and they do it for free. So now first I'm going to pre-drill the holes before I put the screws in, otherwise the wood will split. And then I'm going to put 1 screw partially in so it doesn't fall over anymore. And then we do the same for the rest of the screws, and I always put 3 in, that will make it sturdy enough. After we drilled the holes, we take the drill bit out and put the Phillips head in there, lower the speed, and I always put the torque on 15. And now we can put the screws completely in and torque them at a maximum of 15 Newton meters, otherwise the wood will split. And after that we can turn over the desk and do the same on the other side. The start of a project is always the hardest. You have to make sure you are well organized, that you have all the materials, all the tools, that your measurements are correct. Otherwise, you have to go back and forth to the store a few times, and that's just wasteful of time and money. Oh yes, that looks just perfect. Very nice.
It's nice.
I also must keep the house clean, otherwise the wife isn't going to be happy. And after that I'm going to put in the middle shelf first, because once the top shelf is on there, it's going to be very hard to assemble that. And to make sure it's nice and level, I've got this little tool here that tells me it's close enough to 90 degrees. And now my measurements have to be perfect, because otherwise the hole won't be in the middle and then the screw will stick out. And now we can put the back wall on there, and normally that's a thin piece of wood, but since I'm going to make a wall for the TV to mount on, it has to be very thick and strong. And then again we have to do some measurements that has to be perfect, otherwise the screws will stick out and tear up the wood. As you can see, I've put more screws in there to make sure it's strong enough to support the weight of the TV. And now we can turn the desk over and put the top on there. And the little gap that you see here, that's not a mistake. That is to put the cables through and also to get a bit of ventilation for the PlayStation 5, which can get very hot. I hope that gap is going to be big enough for the cables. And now it's time to put the vertical wall on there so we can install the TV mount. And like everything in this project, this has to be perfectly straight and in the middle. And first I'm going to put some screws in there so it doesn't fall on my head, and then we are going to replace them with big strong bolts. And now we are going to move the desk in the entertainment room, and don't worry, I've also put some nuts on the bolts so nothing rattles out. I have to be careful so I don't damage my project or the other furniture. And wow, that's lucky, I just have enough room to turn the desk. And now it's time to place the metal mount on there for the TV. I have to finish this because the TV is on my bed and I can't go to sleep. And this has to be absolutely perfectly level, because once the big TV is on there and it's not straight, that is just going to look ridiculous. I've put some more screws in there, and as you can see it's almost perfectly level, but I'm also going to put some bolts in there just to make sure it can hold the weight of that big ass TV. Then we open up the clips and hang the TV on there because it's very late and I want to go to sleep, and I hope the TV doesn't fall off in the middle of the night. And finally we can go to sleep. I'm sorry, but fart noises just make me giggle. Alright, I had a good night rest, so now we can finish up this project. I've also put some LEDs here on the back, and I went to the store for some shorter bolts and some extra washers and nuts. I'm going to put this wrench right here because my arms aren't long enough to reach the other side. And now we are going to make a big hole in there so the cables can go through there so we don't see them hanging behind the TV. Okay, I hope the cables will fit in this little gap here. Yes, it does. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Please fit. Ooh, it's very tight, but it does fit in there. That's what she said.
That's what she said!
And now all we have to do is connect all the cables and do a little bit of cable management, and then we are done. And I've put the internet switch on the side where I can reach it for if I have some new devices, and on the other side we have the power outlet with the button on top, so I can easily switch it off or on. And I've also bought this soundbar because, as you heard in the beginning of the video on the TV downstairs, the sound on a modern TV just sucks.
Wow, this car is so hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was thinking.
So this soundbar is supposed to be one of the best. It has front speakers, top speakers, side speakers and corner speakers. And it also has two separate rear boxes with front and top speakers in it. And of course, not to forget, a big ass woofer for all that bass. The model number is Q930B. It's not the newest model, and that's why I got a very big discount on it, but it's supposed to be the same performance, and it also has Dolby Atmos. And the space here on the bottom can be used to display model cars or figures from movies. And now it's time for the big reveal. And now let's play the same clip on this soundbar.
Hey, you guys. Here comes Leslie. Hey, how's my hair? It's a little messy.
Hey, it's Abla.
Yeah, I'm going by Eric now.
She doesn't care what your name is, Eric. She's a cheerleader. Wow, this car is so hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was thinking.
Okay, voices are a lot better now. I can actually hear what they're saying, and I didn't even need to boost the sound in the editor.
Fantastic!
Wow, that sounds amazing! And not only is this TV sharper, but the colors are more beautiful, the response time is better, and remember that dark scene with Game of Thrones? Well, now I can actually see what is happening, because with an OLED, dark areas are a lot more clearer, and when there's a bright light on the TV or flames, that specific zone is very bright and the other zones can be completely dark, so it's very immersive. So now I can enjoy all my favorite movies and games all over again. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all a very happy day.